Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I'd share with you 50 things that I have learned in 50 years. Since next week is my birthday and I will be turning 50, and to commemorate, I thought this would be a fun video to make. I have written 50 things down in my journal, which was given to me by a dear friend of mine, and it just says, "And so the adventure begins." And actually I'm wearing a shirt she gave me as well that I thought would be kind of appropriate for this video. And yeah, I'm just gonna jump right in and get started so this video isn't too long. And these are all sort of expressions, things I've learned, quotes, things that sort of I've just thought of when I was writing these down, but things that I wish I had known when I was younger, but sometimes it just takes years and experience to learn these things. And some of them I'm still working on. So the first thing I have written down is don't sweat the small stuff. And I wish my younger self would have known this. I was such a worrier. I still am a little bit of a worrier. I do suffer from anxiety, but the little things, just let it go. Number two, less is more. This is something that I am learning every day as I am decluttering more and more of the things that I have just accumulated over a lifetime of moving and going from home to home and always having more and bigger and better. And I feel like more is not always better. Less definitely can be more when you're focused on the right things and you're prioritizing the right things. So yeah, that's my second one. Number three is be who you are. And this is an expression I learned years ago from Bobbi Brown of Bobbi Brown Cosmetics, and it's always stuck with me. I think authenticity and being true to yourself is absolutely the most important thing. Don't change yourself for other people. Number four, happiness is a choice. Again, as someone who suffers from anxiety and a little bit of depression, I think it took me a while to realize that, you know, no one else is out there, no one else and nothing else out there is going to make you happy. You have to decide to be happy, and that is how you're going to be happy. So definitely words of wisdom. Number five, there is beauty in simplicity. I believe I just posted this on my Instagram account, and I think this is so true. I've always been drawn to simple things and simple pleasures, and the more I really appreciate them and focus on them, the more I realize how beautiful they truly are. And going along with that is number six, be grateful. Gratitude is something that it took me a long time to really practice. I was always focused on the things I didn't have rather than all the abundance of wonderful things and people and, you know, everything that I do have, my health and other things. So yeah, I practice gratitude in this journal and in other journals, and it's something that I think is important. It's really great to practice gratitude in the morning when you wake up first thing, and before you go to bed in the evening, just to kind of clear your mind and be focused on something really positive, and it really improves, I think, your mindset. Number seven is just to breathe. Sometimes when I am stressed and I do get anxiety, I have to sort of remind myself to just take a deep breath, let it in, exhale it out, and it always helps. Number eight is to be present. And this is something I'm still working on. I have been someone who in my life has focused a lot on my not so wonderful past and worrying about the future. And it's, you know, made me unhappy for a lot of my life. And I think really when I ground myself and think about right now in this moment, all of those things seem to go away because I am very happy and I have a very good life, and it's sort of hard for me to kind of be present and just focus on the now, and that's something I'm still working on. Number nine is to trust your intuition, and for me this never has steered me wrong, whether it's been good or bad. Trust your gut, trust your intuition. Number 10, do more of what makes you happy. And I have to remind myself of this all the time because there are things that I really enjoy, and sometimes life just gets too busy and you do less and less of it. And one of those things, for example, for me has been writing in my journal. It's something I got away from for many years because I just thought I was too busy, but you can always make time for the things that are important to you. And I think a lot of people I know in my life have always said, oh, I'm too busy for that, or I don't have time for that. And I think to myself, well, you can have time for it if it's a priority. You just need to sort of readjust your priorities to make time to do more of what makes you happy. So yeah, I'm still working on that one as well. Number 11, spend time with people who are good for your mental health. This is a good one. I, for years, surrounded myself. I feel like I am a magnet for people who like to tell me all of their sob stories and who like to complain or like to just, get together and, just have a little bitch session. And I think for some of it, it's on me because I did the same thing. But as I have matured and gotten older and gotten really focused on being more positive and finding that that is not a healthy way to spend my time and live my life, I've really tried to focus on surrounding myself with other people in that mindset, and it really has made a huge positive improvement in my overall how I see things. If you are the kind of person that people love to tell you all their drama and things going on in their life, you may want to kind of detach yourself a little, set some boundaries, because that kind of energy can be very toxic and bring you down. So that is something that I've had to learn the hard way. Number 12, change is good. No other thing in here has been so relevant to right now in my life as this one. We just did go through a pretty big life change moving to Florida, and I feel like it has been so good. And I am someone who is pretty resilient. I've gone through a lot of things in my life and had to change over and over again, and I kind of got away from it, and I forgot how therapeutic it almost is to make big changes, because it really kind of helps you grow and learn and experience new things. So yeah, change is good. Number 13, disconnect to connect. And this is something, again, that I'm working on. I think disconnecting from social media, disconnecting from all things electronic, watching television, all of that stuff can be really, really good. I really sometimes enjoy just sitting in the quiet outdoors, listening to the birds and watching the little creatures here in Florida. But yeah, disconnecting to kind of reconnect with yourself and your soul and what, kind of calming down your mind, I think is really, really important. And having days where you just sort of detox from all electronics, I think is really helpful. Number 14, see the beauty in everyday things. I think this goes along with disconnecting, being able to really appreciate things like the birds and the sky and the leaves. It's something that I really don't take a lot of time to appreciate, but I think it's important to, stop and smell the roses every now and then. Number 15, edit your life fearlessly and ruthlessly. And this goes back to my decluttering, but it's not only about things, it's about people and relationships and commitments and things that are just weighing you down. Sometimes you just need to do a thorough edit. I know I find myself sometimes editing, what I consume on social media. I edit what's in my closet. I edit the people and commitments and things that I spend my time on, and I think it's really important to prioritize and make room for the things that are the most important to you. Number 16, this is one that I have a tough time with. Patience is a virtue. I am not a very patient person. I've learned to be more patient over the years, but I think, I think it's hard. And so I try to breathe, I try to be present in the moment, and I try not to let my mind get the best of me when I am anxious about something, and try to just relax, be patient, and especially with things like shopping, relax, be patient, and really kind of work or go after something with intention, and not just, letting your instinct kind of pull you in. Number 17, love is all you need. One of my favorite quotes from one of my favorite bands. I really do believe that love really sort of conquers all. And I think somewhere in here I have another quote about love, but it all goes back to love. I'm such a lover, not a fighter. So yeah, love is all you need. Number 18, dance like nobody's watching. I think it's so important that we are all able to just be who we are. Again, it goes back to being who you are and not being afraid of what other people think, and just going out there, doing your thing and living your life like nobody else is watching. And I try to do more and more of that as I'm getting older. Number 19, stop saying yes to shit you hate. I love this quote, and I think it's like so dead on. I struggled with saying yes when I was young. I said yes to everything, I should say, when I was younger, and I have really learned over the years, and I'm really good at it now, at saying no. And I think you should commit your time to the things that you enjoy, and you shouldn't feel bad about making those things a priority. Number 20 I'm reading the wrong one. Number 20, tough situations build strong people. I am absolutely a product of that. I had a very not so wonderful childhood, and I think I've gotten a lot of strength, not only of character, but just in my own resilience and my ability to deal with tough situations. And I think that is true. Number 21, failure is an opportunity. I think failure is just such a bad word, and people who are really hard on themselves and afraid to fail, I feel sort of bad for, because I know in my own experience, and they tell you over and over that you learn something every time you fail. It is really true. And I think if you are so afraid of failure, it can almost make you not try to do things that take you out of your comfort zone. And I never want to get to that point. So failure is always an opportunity. Number 22, don't give up on your daydream. I think being here on YouTube and connecting with this awesome community of people who are dreamers like me, or just enjoy some of the luxuries and things in life that I enjoy, I think it's important that we, again, stay true to ourselves and follow the things that really make us happy. And if you have something that makes you happy and you want to go after it, go after it. Number 23, somebody needs to hear your story. This is so, so true. Whatever it is you're going through, if you've had some sort of tough situation and you're afraid to talk about it, I feel like you need to talk about it, because somebody out there is going to need to hear from you, because they're either going through the same thing, or they can appreciate what you're going through and offer some words of wisdom. Don't be afraid to tell your story. Number 24, consistency is more important than perfection. This is one that I have still been working on. I am the kind of person that when I jump into something, I kind of go at it full force. And then if I don't do really well with it, or if I get off track, I just completely stop and quit. So I think consistency for me in anything is more important than perfection. And I'm actually pretty proud of myself for maintaining a weekly video schedule here on YouTube. It's like the one little thing that I have stayed true to, no matter what else I have going on with my life. And I think even if my videos aren't perfect, it's better than, not doing it at all. Number 25, never settle. This is true of relationships. This is true of things. I think for me, I have been really guilty of purchasing things that I consider to be dupes, or that I consider to be, the less than the thing I want, but it's good enough, and it's never good enough. If you're always going to go after the thing you really truly want, so never settle. Number 26, old ways won't open new doors. Again, this is all about trying new things, exploring new things, and not getting, too set in your ways and getting out of your comfort zone. I think it always has been the case for me that when I try something new and I go after it, it usually works out. Number 27, let it go and forgive. I think forgiveness is such a thing I've had to learn. And I remember seeing a therapist who told me, you really need to forgive yourself for some things, and I need to forgive others, and not completely let it go, because it's always going to be there and it's always going to stick with me. But if it really remains on your mind and it's really bothering you, you really just need to forgive. And you may not forget, but you need to forgive, and you need to make room in your life for happy, because I think that you can carry around a lot of shit, and it's important to let it go. Number 28, mindset and attitude can change your life. Totally true. I have been in a much more positive mindset over the last probably 5 or 6 years, and it really has made a huge difference in my life. Number 29, feel the fear and do it anyway. I remember seeing Angela Sobrano here on YouTube talk about this in a TED Talk, and I think she might have said something about facing the fear and doing it anyway, whatever the case. Feel the fear and do it anyway. If there's something that scares you, it's usually a good sign, and you need to go after it and just do it. And I think once you prove to yourself that you can do it, you just become stronger and more resilient, and it is just always good to face your fears. Never let your fear decide your fate. Number 30, worry less and smile more. Again, something I work on every day, and the act of actually physically smiling can actually, make you happier, and I think that is true. Number 31, follow your soul. I think your soul always knows the way. This is totally true, and something that I am realizing more and more every day. I think, I really wish I had pursued some things sooner in my life than I did, and if I had known that sooner, I would have done it. So again, it's all about your instinct and following your soul. Number 32, be loud about what's important to you. Now, this is one that I would say people who know me well probably think I'm pretty loud about the things that are important to me, but because I am someone who speaks my mind, put it that way. However, in a social situation where there's a lot of people around, people I don't know, people I'm not comfortable with, especially living in an environment where I'm surrounded by a lot of people who are not like-minded people with me on a lot of issues. I will say in the past that I have let a lot of things go that I should have been more vocal about, and just spoke up and said that's not right, and you shouldn't say that, and hey, that's racist. Hey, there's a lot of instances that I just look back where I could have done something that maybe just put a little bit of thought into someone's mind that maybe they should think before they speak, or maybe they should, think about what they just said and how offensive it might be to someone else. So yeah. I'm now getting stronger and louder about the things that are important to me, and I feel like it's a good thing, and it's something that if I had children, I would instill in them. Number 33, dream, plan, do. This is something that I have just had on my Pinterest account. Endless times I see this come up, dream, plan, do, and I think what's important here is the planning. I think if there's something you're dreaming about, you need to write it down, plan it out, and go for it. And so, love that. Number 34, stop caring what other people think. Something that I've had to really struggle with over the years. I think when I was younger, I cared a lot about what other people thought, and it really hindered the way I lived my life and the things that, again, I spoke up about. And now, the older I get, the less I care, and it really doesn't make any difference whether you care about what they think or not. People are going to judge you one way or another, and you just have to do you. Number 35, the secret is in good basics. I got this from a fashion blog, I believe, and it was about fashion, but I really think this applies to so many things in life. Anytime I've invested in really good basics, the building blocks of what you need in your life, the things you love in your life, I think you need to invest in those good basics, and it'll always serve you well. Number 36 is to protect your peace and set boundaries. Another thing I've had to learn from my therapist. I feel like I let a lot of noise and negativity and things that sort of brought me down into my life, and I have had to learn how to set boundaries, and I'm doing it more than you can possibly imagine right now in my life, and it's hard, but it's important for me, and you have to do what's best for you. Number 37, quality over quantity. This is something that, again, I've learned more and more over the years, and the older I get, the more I am investing in quality, whether that be clothing, whether that be my lifestyle, whether that be the people and relationships that I choose to let into my life. It's really all about quality and less about quantity, and I think it just covers everything. It says it all. Number 38, you get what you ask for. This is something that it has really taken me a long time to understand. I am fiercely independent, and I'm an only child, grew up with a single parent, learned to take care of myself at a very young age, and that has actually hurt me in some ways, because as strong as I am, I have a real problem with delegation and I am not good at asking for help. I'm not good at asking other people to do things for me. And I think probably my biggest fear is having to be taken care of. I don't like that sort of scenario. So yeah, you get what you ask for. Don't be afraid to ask for help. That's all I'm going to say about that. Number 39 is to choose kindness. I think in any situation, just choose to be kind. You don't know what other people are going through, and you don't know how your words may be impacting them, and just always be kind. Number 40, you are what you eat, from your head down to your feet. This is something that I don't even know where I first heard it. It's just an expression out there that I've known for all my life, and I feel like I might have learned it from like Sesame Street or something. But yeah, I really feel like I knew this sooner, or really paid attention to this sooner, because as I am aging now, I was someone who in my younger life had a really fast metabolism, and I just ate a lot of crap, and I didn't work out. And as I got older, it caught up with me, and I think now I can really understand that your health and how robust you are really is based around what you are consuming more than anything else. What you consume and how much you move are really the two keys to life. So yeah, wish I'd focused on that one earlier. Number 41, you can't make everyone happy. Again, this goes back to stop caring about what other people think, because you can't please everyone, and you should focus on pleasing yourself and doing the right thing for you. Number 42, and here it is again, love wins. I think that is it. Love wins. Number 43, tell people how you feel and show them. I think over the years I have been guilty of, I grew up in a household where people didn't really say I love you and didn't really show a lot of affection. And I think that that is completely opposite of how I want to live my life. I want people to know how I feel about them. And so I really try, even though I'm not good at expressing my affection. I really am trying. Number 44, the best memories are things that are unplanned. And for me, I am all about planning. It has been part of my job for my whole career, and I'm just a planner by nature. I enjoy spending time planning, but I find that when I don't plan, it's the little things that don't go according to plan, or the plans that you make, or the things that you do that are unplanned, that always bring me the most joy and I have the best memories of. And I'll give you an example. So for our wedding day, we got married in New Jersey, or actually in New York State, but we were living in New Jersey, and my family had come from Massachusetts. The ones who attended my wedding stayed at a hotel, and I got a car service for them to take them to the church the morning of the wedding. And so when my limousine came to pick me up, my husband stayed at his parents' house that night, and I stayed at our townhome. And when my limo pulled up, right behind it was like a bus full of my family waving at me, because apparently the limousine driver, or the car service didn't have the directions, and they had to kind of follow the limo. And actually, when I got in the car, I had to give my limousine driver the directions to the church, which was kind of funny and totally unplanned, and yet one of the funniest memories I have is just sort of, you know, leaving my house and waving to everyone in the rain. I mean, everything that could go wrong did go wrong with my wedding, but it was just so wonderful and such great memories. And there are so many more of that day, but I'll give you one more. So when we were in the church at the ceremony, during the ceremony, there was someone cutting down a tree outside. And so every time the priest would start to speak, or we would start to speak, this, you know, sound would go off of, you know, the chainsaw going on outdoors. And anyway, it was just a really funny day. The best memories are things sometimes that are just completely unplanned. Number 45 is to keep learning, and this is something that I am reminding myself to keep doing. I have been really doing some things online. I took a couple courses on Skillshare. I have been, you know, constantly trying to educate myself. I think reading is really helpful for this, especially obviously nonfiction, but just always being open to learning new things, trying new things. I think it's important to always keep learning. Number 46, work on active listening. And this is a big one for me. I have not been a good listener my entire life. I think I probably suffer from a little bit of ADD that has never been diagnosed. But I do think that I have trouble sometimes when I'm in a conversation. One thing makes me think of another thing, makes me think of another thing, and I can't just slow down my brain to like focus on someone just telling me what they're telling me. So I'm trying to work on that, and it's hard. Number 47, develop self-awareness, something that I wish everyone would work on. I feel like I'm a pretty self-aware person, and I kind of take ownership of a lot of things that are my flaws, and sometimes I don't realize it. I am so guilty of speaking too soon and then apologizing later, and I do at least have the ability to look within myself and understand that what I said was wrong or made someone uncomfortable or whatever the case may be. And so I wish others could kind of do the same and just be aware of what you're putting out into the world. Number 48 is to be kind to yourself, and this goes along with being kind to others. I think it's so important to be kind to yourself, and I have been really hard on myself over the years, and I'm learning to sort of love myself more and be kinder to myself, and be as kind to myself as I am to others. Number 49, and this is a quote from Glennon Doyle, we can do hard things, and this is so, so true. All of us, you don't know what anyone else has going on in their life, and they don't know what's been going on with you, but at the end of the day, we can do hard things. We need to face it, we need to own it, we need to just know that we will get through it, live in the moment, not dwell on the past, not worry about the future, and just we will get through whatever that situation is. And number 50 is one of my favorite quotes from Maya Angelou that has stuck with me throughout my life, and that is, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. And that is so, so true. I think in any scenario with anyone I've ever known in my life, and especially the people who are gone in my life, it's not about what they said and what they did, it's how they made you feel, and I think that is just everything. So those are the 50 things that I have learned in 50 years. And if you've made it this far, thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. I really love and enjoy doing these videos and sharing a little bit of myself with all of you. And I love getting your comments and feedback. So please leave me anything you want to share in the comments below. And I'm really looking forward to the next chapter. I turned 50, like I said, on the 24th of September. And I will see you in my next video, and I hope you all have a great week ahead. Bye.